Canelo, Caleb Plant, press conference, KTFO exclusive, brought to you by C-Ville.
Nevada, live on Showtime pay-per-view. IBF super middleweight champion of the world, Caleb Sweet Hands Plant.
What's going on, everybody? Appreciate everybody showing up today. I want to thank Al Heyman. I want to thank my manager, Luis DeCubas, my boxing coaches, Justin and my dad, the rest of my team, my wife, Jordan. I want to thank all my supporters and believers back home in Tennessee, root me on. I know that you guys have been supporting me for a long time, and I appreciate that. But you know, there's only one thing better than proving people right, and that's proving people wrong. And I've been doing that my whole life. Before going to the Olympics in London as an alternate in 2012, before the Olympic trials, before winning the Golden Glove Nationals, before the WSB, before any Team USA I made, before any national tournament or any regional tournament. As soon as I stepped on the stage, as soon as I came on, they started with it. What I can accomplish, what I can accomplish, what I can do, what I can't do. You see, because where I'm from, there is no boxing community. There is no other pros that I could look to and be like, man, if he can do it, I can do it. There were no other boxers that I could look at and be like, he did steps A, B, and C, so this is what I need to do to get it done. I didn't have any of that. I had this, and I had this. You see, I don't do this to be famous. I don't do this to get attention, because when we first started, it was just me and my dad, and we didn't get any attention. No one believed in us. They certainly didn't think that I'd be standing here today. I can remember when we first started, him and my grandfather scrounged up just a little bit of money to open up a little boxing gym, and I mean, it was little. I can remember it was nothing but white tile on the floor. And we had a ring taped off on the floor with nothing but tape, and when we'd spar, we'd stand around and hold hands so that people wouldn't be falling everywhere. When they'd get sweaty, they'd slip and fall and go through the wall. And I can remember there's one heavy bag hanging in the corner. You couldn't even work around it. It was hanging so close to the corner. But when you really want something, you don't need all the fanciest things. You don't need the latest technology. Like I said, all you need is this and this. So I know a lot of you, when I say that I'm going to win November 6th, because I am going to win November 6th, that you don't believe me. But let me explain something to y'all. All of you who tell me what I can't do and blah, blah, blah bullshit, a lot of you live believable lives, and you've accomplished believable things. But you see, when I set out on this, I promised myself that I was going to run this all the way to the top, where I had no problem crashing and burning and dying on the way. So when I set out to live an unbelievable life and accomplish unbelievable things. So I don't need you guys to believe in me when I say what I say. Matter of fact, I want you to keep doing what you're doing and keep not believing in me, because you're the very reason that I'm here. Like I said, I know that sounds silly to y'all, but you should have seen how silly the faces looked when I beat Jerry Odom to win the Golden Glove National. Somebody who was in the finals of all 3 national tournaments that year, knocking everybody out. He was the boogeyman, right? And you should have seen how silly your faces look. And I mean, a lot of you boxing writers, everybody who's going to be seeing this on YouTube and social media, you remember what you said Jose Uzcategui was going to do to me? You said he was going to dog walk me. And what happened? He got his ass dog walked. And he got set on his ass twice. So Miguel Cotto's brother can make you do the chicken dance, but I can't? Yeah, okay. Again, I don't need you guys to believe in me. I've been doing it my whole life. So mark my words, November 6th, you will hear the words, and the new undisputed super middleweight. The only difference is right after that, you'll hear the words, and still undefeated. Mark my words. That's funny? You think that's funny? Yeah? Well, keep laughing. You keep laughing, motherfucker, because you know when you're going to find out? Real soon. And you know when you're going to find out? The same time everybody else found out. And you know when that was? You know when they found out? When it was too late. That's when they found out. And that's exactly when you're going to find out. Mark my words. Bitch. And you a bitch too. You know the only difference between you and him is he's a fat ass bitch and you a bitch. What the fuck you gonna do? Fuck you. And you a drug cheat. And you a drug cheat. So tell me something. Tell me something. Oscar Valdez can pop positive for something and not get suspended for 6 months, but he can pop positive for something and get suspended for 6 months. But somehow
don't make excuses before the fight.
You're a cheater.
Don't make excuses before the fight.
You got suspended for 6 months.
Say whatever you say.
Fuck you.
See you November 6th.
Suck my dick.
You're gonna see something special on you. And feel.
You're gonna find out. Same time all the rest of them. You're a cheater too.
Thank you, Caleb. Now we're going to hear from the other side. Time to hear from Canelo Alvarez. The pound-for-pound king and #1 star of boxing, he is determined to become the first undisputed super middleweight world champion, the first Mexican and Latin American to capture an undisputed title, and one of boxing's all-time greats. Please welcome the unified super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
You know my level, and you will see November 6th. You don't want to find out. I promise you. Thank you everybody. See you November 6th. You know what I do, and you know what is come to with this guy November 6th. Thank you.
Canelo, Caleb, welcome back. Last time we saw Caleb on Showtime was September of 2017. Last time we saw Canelo on Showtime pay-per-view was July of 2014, so it's been a while. Welcome back. Let's get right into it. I guess the first question here, let's answer what happened here today. What, Caleb, in a face-off would make you guys want to take swings at one another?
He's a bitch. First off, all we was doing is staring at each other. He had something to say, I had something to say. He's gonna beat me, I'm gonna beat him. And then, you know, he did what he did, so you have to ask him that question.
Canelo, what would make you guys want to take swings at each other in just a face-off?
He can say whatever he wants to me, but not to my mom. Because I'm gonna fuck out everybody to say something to my mom. You know, and he swing freeze. I just push him, but he swing freeze. What I do.
Let's get to the obvious question. What would it mean to you? What would it mean to your legacy to be the first undisputed super middleweight champion of the world?
For me, it's history. It's history for Mexico, for everybody on my team, and to be able to be the first Mexican undisputed fighter, so it's great for my career.
Caleb, same question. I mean, you would be the first. What would that mean to you? What would that mean to your legacy?
It would mean a lot. You know, I've dedicated a lot to this sport. I've sacrificed a lot for this sport. And, you know, I've been doing this a long time. So it would just be my life's work coming down to one moment. And it would etch my name in the history books forever, which is the reason I'm doing this. It's not for money. It's not to get attention or to be famous. I want my name in those history books. And that's why I'm here.
Let's get this out of the way, because as you mentioned, when Oscar Valdez got punished for coming up positive for banned substance, Caleb, you tweeted, quote, Eddie and Canelo deserve bitch of the year. All of them are suspect. Everything out of that camp is intentional. They have the knowledge, the experience to know better, the resources to have the best in whatever they want. But tacos, beef, and tea is always the reason. Get the F out of here. People don't take this stuff out of confidence, they take it out of fear. I said what I said, I stand by it, so F whoever don't like it. The people in the sport know what's up, but they're the ones who don't speak up, or the ones who just cheat just like them.
Yeah, I think that, you know, that's too apparent in our sport today. This is a dangerous enough sport for people to be popping positive for things. And, you know, by the way, I don't think he got punished. So, but yeah, there's no room for that in our sport. You know, cheating, that's not, people don't cheat out of confidence. People cheat out of fear. And, you know, he went to trial and he got suspended for 6 months. So it is what it is. He's a cheater.
You think Canelo's a cheater?
Did he get suspended for 6 months?
He did.
Okay. Did he test positive? So you don't have to ask me. It's not a, well, he said he is and he said he ain't. It's not up for discussion. It's not what I say. I'm not making this up. I'm not, you know, I don't want this to be in our sport, so this ain't something that I want. It's not what I said. It's what the commission said. It's what the banned substance list said. So you can't take that up with me. You have to take that up with him.
Eddie, I'll let you respond to that first because he mentioned you as well. What's your response?
Simplemente yo no soy quien rige el boxeo, yo solamente soy un entrenador y así como él y él como lo dice, hay muchas perras que hablan y ladran nomás, no por bravas, porque tienen hambre. Esa es la verdad. Muchas gentes como él hablan y desprestigian no nada más a los entrenadores, a los boxeadores, al deporte, a un país entero que está detrás de un deportista o de un entrenador. Simplemente las cosas las dejo y las tomo de quien vienen. Al final todo sale a la luz. Los buenos deportistas siempre van a ser buenos deportistas y los maricones como que siempre se esconden detrás de las pinches redes sociales, pero a ver si el día del 6 de noviembre se puede esconder. Y la verdad me tiene sin cuidado porque es uno más o uno de los pocos que hablan mierda y que nomás se esconden detrás de las redes sociales.
Well, there's a lot of people that hide from the social media point of view and say things, but then they don't put up. You know, some are bitches in this sport and they want to take down a whole country, and also a great sports athlete that represents a country like in Canelo's thing, and they talk a lot of shit. So,
porque un cabrón que tiene huevos se pone a hacer las cosas por él y no empieza a hablar pendejadas de toda la gente, que se dediquen y que hablen las cosas y que trabajen y que se pongan a entrenar y que ganen peleas y que le echen huevos, no nada más que estén como los pinches culones que nomás están hablando.
well, yeah, you know, there in a couple of bad words, he basically said you need to work hard and you need to have the balls to work as hard as they do to have this event.
I have the balls to work hard without testing positive for illegal substance. Why don't you have the balls to work hard without testing positive for illegal substance? The question was about the drugs, and the only thing you've talked about is blah, 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 sweeping under the rug.
Up.
Or what? Or what?
You will see November 6th.
Or what? All right, then wait November 6th and shut the fuck up.
You know what?
So how about this? Let's wrap it up with this.
You know for what?